Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Of course, the referendum shockwaves reach much further than the shores of these islands, and few countries have been watching events here more closely than France. One of the original architects of the common market and, of course, a long historical obstacle to the UK's membership. The country today hosts a growing strain of Gallic Euro-scepticism and may be developing an appetite for what has inevitably been dubbed Frexit. Newsnight's Gabriel Gatehouse has been taking a breath of French air to find out how events on this side of the channel have played out over there.
I'm sad and angry. I always wanted Britain to be part of our European dream.
It may look like life as normal. Paris in summertime, cafes, strikes, the odd riot. But make no mistake, Brexit was an earthquake. The old Europe is changed.
I was like this, no, 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 you can't do that. We have a future together.
On the side of the far right, it has come as a divine surprise.
One has to react very quickly because the disease is very profound.
In the run-up to the referendum, Newsnight met Georges Bertin, one of the founding fathers of the European Union. Brexit, he believes, is a disaster.
The results for Britain are extremely complex, dangerous, difficult to manage. But the results in Britain is not only a domestic issue, I will not intervene, but that concerns us too.
Monsieur Bertin played a prominent role in shepherding Britain into the common market. And so, for him, it's personal.
We consider Britain as an exceptional country. As itself, the role it played in two wars, the way the democratic life was developed, and at the same time we were absolutely aware that Europe without Britain was not Europe. The English parliamentary tradition had a very positive influence on the way the European Parliament started to evolve.
Today in France, an unpopular centre-left government is trying to force through reforms to the Labour Code. It's not going well.
Well, the French, of course, are no strangers to this kind of Labour protest, but it does feel now that there's a flight from the centre to the left and to the right.
On the left, they see the EU as part of a neoliberal project, which they blame for austerity, inequality, and rising unemployment. And yet even here, some are dismayed by Brexit.
Okay, Europe, as it exists, is shit, but we can't, as we say in French, throw away baby with the water of the bath.
Baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah,
we say the same in Egypt.
We can't do that.
In France, discontent with the political establishment is rising. And the chief beneficiaries are not on the left, but on the right. The Front National was once a fringe movement, the preserve of aging ex-colonialists bitter about the loss of empire. No longer. Like the left, young FN supporters rail against globalization. But for them, Brexit is a cause for celebration.
Les Britanniques ont ouvert la porte et on espère qu'ils vont la maintenir ouverte pour nous et pour tous les autres peuples d'Europe.
Il a un message fort, historique je pense aussi, parce que depuis il n'y avait eu aucun événement aussi important depuis la chute du mur, donc c'est quelque chose de très galvanisant.
Mur de Berlin.
Oui.
Effectivement, dans chaque pays européen, il y a le parti patriote, souverainiste, anti-mondialiste qui monte. On n'est pas forcément d'accord avec tout, hein. Je vais vous le dire tout de suite, on n'est pas d'accord avec tout ce que dit Podemos. On a été très déçus par ce qui s'est passé en Grèce, ce Tsipras a trahi son peuple. On est intéressé par ce que fait le UKIP, on est intéressé par ce que fait la Ligue du Nord, ce que fait l'Alternative pour Deutschland.
Polls suggest the Front National could win the presidency next year. The polls also show a rise in Eurosceptic sentiment. And the Front National leader, Marine Le Pen, has promised a referendum on Brexit.
It's the same cocktail than for the Brexit, in a way. It's anti-immigrant feeling because it's an open door to immigration, refugees and possibly terrorism. So the second issue is insecurity, law and order. And the third dimension is anti-elites, the idea that the people who govern us, they're so far away, they don't understand us, the little people, and they're corrupt.
And here is a curious paradox. In a country with a proud democratic tradition, many people feel disenfranchised. Sure, they can vote for a choice of parties and politicians, but many feel the politicians are all saying the same things in a language they no longer understand.
It's not just France. In corridors of power across Europe, politicians, the centrist establishment, the people who by and large have governed this continent since the end of the Second World War, are suddenly realizing that for a whole variety of different reasons, vast swathes of their electorate simply don't believe in them anymore.
It's not that the centrists aren't aware of the problem, they are. They just don't seem to know what to do about it.
People have a sense that they are losing the control of their nation. As a result of globalization, the arrival of huge companies from the other side of the world who are controlling now their economy, you're losing control of your economy, you're losing control of the people coming in your nation. A lot of poor whites consider they are losing money, they are paying for the newcomers. And I sense this anger all over the country here in France. I'm worried about that because governments tend to, for example, right now we are involved in legislation that has no impact on these issues, but it's like a theater.
You're irrelevant.
In many ways, yes. Because of lack of courage, essentially.
Britain used to rule the world. Europe used to rule the world. That's finished.
Europe is in the grip of a malaise. For some, Brexit presents an opportunity for renewal. For others, it is a dangerous gamble.
I'm angry because we are putting our respective security in danger and democracy in danger. In spite of the economic and social division in Europe, we were the most balanced part of the world, the most human part of the world, the most socially advanced of the world. That could be jeopardized.
I've been